Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to discuss the next lines of mending walls. We have discussed till 19 lines and now we are moving forward to next lines. So the next lines from 20 to 24 is we wear our fingers rough with handling them, or just another wait a minute. We wear our fingers rough with handling them. Oh, just another kind of outdoor game. Okay. Actually, poet is saying in these lines is that handling what? Handling boulders, handling rocks off the wall. So we wear our fingers rough. Our fingers, our hands, both of mine and my neighbor hands have become rough out of handling the wall and the boulders, rocks. Oh, just another kind of outdoor game. So a narrator, the one neighbor, thinks that is just like a game because wall is wholly unnecessary. There was no need of wall. So he is basically saying it seems to me like a game. It never seems to me like a work one on a side. I mean, we are playing a game in which each player is the opponent. Each player is on the one side. It comes to little more. There where it is, we do not need the wall. Actually, he is of the view that we don't need the wall, so he is emphasizing his point again and again that we don't need a wall, and it's just like a game we are playing. He is all pine and apple orchard. He says that he is the farmer of pine trees and I'm the farmer of apple trees. So there are, there is no need of such wall because we don't have cows, we don't have such things which need protection because my apple trees will not going to eat his pine trees and his pine trees will not going to disturb my apple trees. So we don't need such wall. Simple. Next he says in line 25 to 29 is my apple trees will never get across and eat the cones under his pine. I tell him. So exactly the thing I have mentioned before that he's saying that my apple trees will not going to harm his cones under his pine trees. I tell him that there is no need for such wall because there is no danger of anything. He only says and stick to the point. Good fences make good neighbors. He is a traditionalist, guys. He thinks exactly what his father, his father has said to him that good fences make good neighbors. Because it means that there should be a wall between neighbors to be having good relationship among neighbors. So spring is the mischief in me, and I wonder if I could put a notion in his head. He says whenever the spring comes, I get mischievous and I keep on resisting to convince him that there is no need for the wall. I mean, this spring, brings mischief in me to convince him, to say him, that there is no need. So actually, he is just conveying his idea that there is no need of such wall, and on the other hand, the next neighbor, another neighbor, is saying, no, good fences make good neighbor. He is just, answering all of his arguments with the one statement that good fences make good neighbors. Because he thinks, right, what his father did, what is the tradition, what is ritual, so he is stick to it. In the next lines, why do they make good neighbors? Now, the first neighbor, the narrator, the speaker of the poem says, why do they make good neighbors? Like out of his statement that why? Isn't it where there are cows, but here there are no cows? He says that your statement is correct if there are cows because you have something to be protected and cows can eat things that is grown on the wall. Okay, but there are no cows. So before I build a wall, I would ask to know. He says that I am going to build the wall with you. I am going to make the wall with you, but I want to know something. What I was walling in or walling out. That what am I protecting with that wall? What I am walling in and walling out. I mean, he's asking for the need of the wall again, just simply. And to whom I was like to give offense. I mean, there was no danger. I'm not going to make any offense towards you. You are not going to offend me in any scenario because we don't have such animals or anything on our lands. We just have trees, and trees are not gonna fight each other, are not gonna harm each other. So why we don't need such war? And this is what he is just making argument and just trying to convince him, but he is not getting convinced enough. Next we have in 36 to 41 lines, something there is that doesn't love a ball. Again, from the first line, he again said that something there is that doesn't love a ball. And what is it? That wants it down, I could say elves to him. I mean, he thinks that, okay, there is a question that what are elves? Student, elves are like human shaped supernatural beings with the magical powers, like we say jinn, pari in different cultures, and but in Germanic culture it is a supernatural being with magical powers. He says those magical beings are destroying it, but he never said to his neighbor, and he wants his neighbor to understand by himself. He just thinks in his own head. Okay, he's just making estimate that who is destroying the wall, but it's not elves exactly. He says it's not elves exactly, and I would rather. He said it for himself. I see him there bringing a stone grasped firmly by the top. I mean, again, he said not only the elves are destroying it, and then after he says that, the activity I'm performing, it makes me feel that I am from the Stone Age and uncivilized inhabitant of the Stone Age. He says that it is too old fashioned and it is somehow or another way, somehow or another is humiliating for me and makes me feel that I am from old stone savage armed, like I am an inhabitant of the Stone Age. Like it's there's no need for such thing, and with the stones it makes him feel that he is too awkward and from the Stone Age. This is what he is exactly saying. Okay, there is another explanation that why elves want to destroy it, because they don't want human beings to be separated. Okay, supernatural powers are also in contact to destroy the wall. So this is another sort of explanation you can give in your exam paper. These are the last lines, line 42 to 46. He moves in darkness as it seems to me. Who moves in darkness? My neighbor. Not of woods only and the shade of trees. He says that my neighbor, have the tendency to like the darkness, and the darkness which is not only produced by the shade of trees. I mean, he is in the darkness. He has strong relationship, and he is like in a kinship with the darkness. It means that he is ignorant of the fact that there is no need for a wall. He will not go behind his father saying, this is what darkness is. Students, in our society we see people, they don't accept new things because they say my father used to do this, I am going to do this. This is what darkness is. They don't innovate things. They don't take new things in their lives. They just say, they stick to their father's sayings and all. This is what actual darkness is. He's saying he will not go behind his father saying. What his father has said to him, he will not going to leave it. Whatever logic you give to that person, whatever you say to that person, he will going to say, my father said this. This is the real darknesses. And he likes having thought of it so well. He says again, good fences make good neighbor. So this is exactly the last line of the poem, which is very significant, that poet is, finishing up the poem with the same line, good fences make good neighbors, that whatever you say to an ignorant person, whatever you say to a traditionalist, whatever you say to an orthodox, he will keep on saying that I have gone through this, my father, my mother, my uncle, whatever, the elders have said this, my forefathers had that notion, and I'm not going to leave it. I'm going to stick to it. Whatever, they are in darkness. So you know what, when you're explaining a poem, you can relate different ideas to it, like he's in the darkness, like other people who blindly follow their parents sayings without thinking of its consequences and logic and all. So this was all today, and if you have any question, query, you can ask me in the comment section. I know this explanation is not enough. Nobody is perfect, and if still something you didn't understand, you can ask me. Okay, so keep watching my videos. Thank you. It was Usama Tahir. You have been watching Learn English with Usama Tahir, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.